What special operating system setup is required when running Windows 10 as a virtual machine? A. Windows 10 does not handle installation as a virtual machine. B. There is no need for any specific configuration. C. Download and install the Microsoft generic processor driver. Which of the following options supports hardware-assisted virtualization? A. HAL. B. Hyper-V. C. VTX. D. GeForce V. Which of the following is not an advantage of utilizing cloud infrastructure? A. Cloud infrastructure provides elasticity and rapid scalability based on demand. B. The cloud provider will handle security on your behalf. C. The pay-as-you-go model necessitates a lower upfront investment for huge volumes of infrastructure. What is the name of the native hypervisor available in Windows 10 Pro and higher? A. Hyper-V. B. ESC. C. LXD. D. None of the above. Which of the following choices incorrectly defines the functionality of parity RAM or parity memory? A. Parity checking is not available in all RAM. B. Parity RAM has the ability to self-correct identified errors. C. Parity RAM provides 1 bit every byte. The following characteristics are shared by virtualization and cloud computing. A. Application. B. CPU. C. Storage. D. All of the above. What component contributes to the separation of network traffic across virtual machines on the same physical host? A. Resource pool. B. NIDS. C. TPM. D. Virtual NIC. Which of the following is a synonym for the word hypervisor? A. Virtual machine monitor. B. Sandbox. C. Hyperhost manager. D. gSphere. Which of the following statements about NVMe is correct? A. NVMe is a hard drive connection type. B. The M.2 form factor is required for NVMe. C. NVMe is a data access protocol. Choose the option that best illustrates key attributes of cloud computing from the list below. A. CAPEX is upfront, no multi-tenancy, mix of physical and virtualized infrastructure. B. Scalable, shared, metered usage, service, virtualization. C. Virtualization, abstraction, mobility pattern. Which of the following statements best defines RAID 10? A. RAID 10 offers data redundancy as well as quicker performance. B. RAID 10 deals with data redundancy. C. RAID 10 improves performance. D. RAID 10 offers striped disk backups on several disks. What kind of connector is often used to transfer electricity from a PC's power supply to an internal hard drive, CD or DVD drive? A. Molex. B. DB9. C. USB 3.0. Which video cable is capable of transmitting both digital and analog signals? A. HDMI. B. DVI. C. DVI-D. D. Mini HDMI. Which of the following is not a benefit for cloud computing for business? A. Virtually infinite scalability of infrastructure. B. Cost reduction. C. Shifting from capital to operational expenditures. D. Possibility of better service quality. Your manager has requested that you bring him a DE15 connection. Which of the following does he mean? A. DVI-A. B. HDMI. C. VGA. D. DVI-D. Which of the following is an advantage of having a multi-core processor? A. Multiple threads can be managed at the same time. B. Having many CPU cores allows for faster clock rates. C. Several cores enable the virtualization of multiple operating systems. What kind of connector with 40 pins is utilized for internal hard drives? A. DB40. B. RG6. C. SATA. D. IDE. Which of the following statements about M.2 drive is correct? A. M.2 drives are directly connected to the motherboard. B. M.2 drives make use of a 3-pin SATA cable. C. M.2 drives have a greater rotations per minute than SATA-based drives. A power supply unit's fan is not operating. What do you think you should do? A. Attempt to fix the fan. B. Change the power supply unit. C. Change the heat sink. D. Change the fan. Which of the following electronic devices may act as a gate for an electrical signal and enhance the flow of electricity? A. Capacitor. B. Transistor. C. Fuse. What is the example of a teletypewriter terminal? A. Storage devices. B. Input devices. C. Output devices. D. Input-output devices. Which of the following is utilized as a placeholder in a RIM-based system? A. CRIM. B. RIMI. C. DDR STRAM. D. None of the above. A cloud computing service model that provides remote access to programs in exchange for a monthly or annual membership fee is known as A. DAS. B. PaaS. C. SaaS. Which of the following uses parallel communications? A. External storage device. B. Keyboard. C. USB printer. D. Mouse. How many pins are there on the standard parallel printer cable connecting end? A. 15. B. 8. C. 35. D. 25. Development that happens on a large number of virtual machines and necessitates the use of resources to keep up with. A. Hybrid cloud. B. External cloud. C. VM sprawl. Users only pay for the computing capabilities used. A. Measured services. B. On-demand self-service. C. Metered cloud service. D. Non-metered. In a daisy chain, how many devices may be linked to a single USB port? A. Up to 127. B. Up to 7. C. 172. D. Unlimited. What is the most number of priorities that may be specified on a CySA device whose ID is set by 3 jumpers? A. 7. B. 5. C. 18. D. 0. What is the name of Apple's cloud-based email service? A. iCloud Mail. B. Yahoo Mail. C. Exchange Online. D. Gmail. An example of a remote server running a virtualized user OS is A. VTC. B. VDI. C. VPN. D. VDU. Which cooling mechanism keeps internal PC components at the lowest temperatures possible? A. Fans. B. Liquid cooling. C. Heat sinks. D. Thermal paste. Which of the following enables several operating systems to run on the same hardware at the same time? A. Clustering. B. Hyperthreading. C. Multitasking. D. Virtualization. In cloud computing, the process of combining computer resources and making them available for shared access by numerous clients is known as A. Resource pooling. B. On-demand self-service. C. Measured service. Gmail is a web-based email service that is supplied by A. Microsoft. B. Google. C. Apple. D. Facebook. Which of the following describes a cloud computing delivery model in which clients rent computer resources from vendors that own and maintain all essential equipment and software rather than purchasing hardware and software? A. IaaS. B. SaaS. C. NAS. What program is used to move user data from an old computer to a new one? A. Sysprep. B. ERD. C. msconfig. D. USMT. For twisted pair cabling, which connection sets are used? A. RJ11 and F-type. B. SC and ST. C. RJ11 and RJ45. D. BNC and RJ45. What must our SOHO router do in order for devices on our local IPv4 network to communicate with other devices on the Internet? A. NAT. B. DMZ. C. DHCP. Where could you install a web server that is publicly accessible from the Internet but isolated from the rest of your network? A. VLAN. B. QoS. C. DMZ. ASR was introduced by which operating system? A. Windows 7 Professional. B. Windows XP. C. Windows Vista. D. Windows 7 Home Edition. Harold is setting up a new web server at work, but he doesn't want DHCP to provide it with a new IP address each time he reboots it for maintenance. What kind of internet address should Harold assign to the new web server? A. Dynamic. B. DNS. C. Static. (192.168.15.211) is what kind of IP address? A. A private IPv4 address. B. A public IPv4 address. C. A public IPv6 address. D. A private IPv6 address. Which tool would you use to stop a program from starting up? A. sysprep. B. msconfig. C. Device Manager. D. sysconfig. What is the maximum RAM that Windows 32-bit operating systems can support? A. 4 GB. B. 32 GB. C. 32 GB. D. 12 GB. Which command will find faulty sectors on a disk partition structure and recover data? A. Check disk R. B. dxdiag. C. regedit F. D. dir repair. To access the command prompt, what would you type into the search box? A. CMD. B. Prompt. C. Command. D. PMT. Which internet connection type is limited to an area near the central office and can rely on existing wiring infrastructure? A. DSL. B. Satellite. C. Cable. What router setting can you use to restrict access to the router to only the devices you specified in the configuration? A. Subnet mask. B. MAC filtering. C. Content filtering. D. Encryption. What address should you use as the default gateway address when manually configuring TCP/IP settings on a PC in a SOHO network? A. The IP address of that computer. B. The network address of the local LAN. C. The internal address of the Internet router. This type of wireless encryption is usually seen in larger businesses, and each user must log in with their own credentials. What does this technology's name stand for? A. WEP. B. WPA. C. WPA2 Enterprise. What is the keyboard shortcut for launching Windows Task Manager? A. F4 on boot. B. Ctrl-Alt-Del. C. Ctrl-Shift-Tab. D. F8 on boot.